It's the intensity you put into your warm-ups that will dictate how your top set goes. If you come into the gym slow, lethargic, you know, not giving it everything you have, you will be punished on your top set. That's how it is. You must set the tone and impose your will upon your training session. Let's go! 330 next, baby. It's not even fucking hard. God damn it. Too fucking easy! And welcome back to your mum's favorite channel on YouTube, Cult Strength. It is my favorite day of the week. It is deadlift day. I'm on week 3 of the Deadlift Destroyer Program. So today we have heavy deadlift devotions. Jake over here. Now we have, just wanted to quickly touch on this. We have some very special individuals here. So I like to be charitable and bring people on board that are a little bit different, a little bit special. Jake's one of those people. Scotty's one of those people as well. But also our camera woman, Em, suffers from Parkinson's, which is sometimes why the camera is a bit like this. So that's just me being charitable and giving back. We want everyone to feel included here. So that's what this is. But as I was rudely interrupted by Jake being fucking too cool with his bleach blonde hair over there, looking a bit suspicious, it's week 3 of the Deadlift Destroyer Program. So today I'm opting again for my deadlift devotion single before I start. We're going to work up to 330 kilos today for a deadlift devotion, which is a paused deadlift with a paused RDL, all in one. Fun stuff, right? And then we're moving on to snatch grip deficit deadlifts. I'll have 3 to 4 sets of 4 repetitions with that, which I'll probably do ascending sets again, same as last week. But you know, my goal with the devotions is to hit 800 pounds in the next 3 to 4 weeks, which is around 365 kilos. And then to push on to a 420 kilogram conventional deadlift, you know, around the end of this program. That's the goal for me. We've got 70 kilos on the bar now. We'll start with a set. I'll do just 3 repetitions because remember, the reps take a little bit longer than normal. We'll get it done. Scotty, fucking behave yourself back there, mate. I know it's tough. Remember, technique, consistency with the warm-up, set the intentions for the session with how we move, how we execute these light sets. Easy peasy. I also want to chat to you in a minute about week 4 of this program. If you're a little bit ahead of me, I want to give you a bit of advice on how to handle the deloads, because we do have deloads every 4th week in the program, but I'll give you some options with that. So we'll chat in a minute. All right, baby, now we have 120 on the bar here for our second warm-up set, but I quickly wanted to talk about the upcoming deload in the program. So if you are running the Deadlift Destroyer Program, which is available on my website now, and if you're not aware, I am running the entire program with you and uploading it here onto the playlist on YouTube, Deadlift Destroyer playlist. Now, when it comes to week 4, we have a deload. It says 1 by 1. So it's a volume deload, okay? It's not so much a traditional deload where we do a sweet fuck all. We're still getting some stimulus. We still want to train pretty heavy, right? So you've got a single snatch grip deficit deadlift in the program at an 8 to 9 RPE, meaning you want to leave 10 kilos in the tank. At least 10, maybe 15 kilos. It's not a max, okay? Now I had a few questions in regards to if I'm doing, you know, the deadlift devotions before the snatch grip work. Well, you can kind of pick, right? So if you're invested in your deadlift devotion, as I am for the first, 6 weeks or so of the program, instead of doing the single with the snatch grip deficit deadlift, you can do a deadlift devotion. It's really up to you. If you haven't been doing the devotions, do the snatch grip. But I wouldn't do both. And keep in mind, the back down sets after that, the lighter work, keep them extra light, even lighter than you were doing during the last 3 weeks. It's a volume deload, but we're still wanting to get that heavy stimulus with your top set, but with the volume underneath, we just want it to be really cruisy, okay? We need to recover for the next 3 weeks of training, which is gonna be very, very hard. Right now I'm gonna hit 120. We'll hit it for a double deadlift devotion, and we'll keep going from there. But yes, remember, you get programs on my website, cultstrength.square.site, and I'm very grateful to everybody who's purchased one. Heaps of you guys have been grabbing these programs, so yeah, I'm glad you're finding these training series and things like that helpful. That makes me feel good, because I put a lot of work into it, so I am happy to see that it's helping. Let's go. Lats, remember the lats. We're always trying to push our fingertips down and squeeze under the armpits, okay? We're gonna contract and squeeze down and get that nice strong brace, okay? Remember, we're not pulling our shoulder blades back to get a tight back. We're pushing our scaps down and around, pushing our lats down, everything down towards the ground, okay? Nice and long, nice and long. Let's go. It is what it is. It's 120. It's a piece of piss. 170 next, and we'll chat some more. I've got some fucking exciting news. Let's go. All right, baby, so a couple of really exciting things before I do 170. Obviously, the wrist wraps, the figure 6 straps, they have been up for sale now for a few days. I only have about 8 or 9 pairs left of each. Most of them have sold, and I'd dare say they'll probably sell out in the next few days. So if you want to get in on the first run of the God Killer wrist wraps or the figure 6 straps, make sure you order yours now. There will be more stock coming soon, but I cannot promise you when that will be. But I'm releasing another program. A lot of people have been wanting a squat program for a while, so I've been working on putting together a 16-week elite squat building program. It will be released next week. It is called Squat Slayer, and it is going to be some serious shit. If you want to build a big squat and you want a program that can actually be run with my bench press programs and my deadlift program, this is the program for you. And yes, obviously, I will be running it alongside you on my YouTube channel. I'll be introducing squats back into my lifting now that I have enough confidence in my adductor injury to start pushing again. So I'm fucking pumped about that. So keep your eyes open for the Squat Slayer 16-week elite squat building program. But right now, it's enough talk. 170. Hey, Scotty, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, Scotty. All right, singles now. We set the intention for the top set. Let's go. Starting to move now. Come on. Oh yeah, baby! Nah, you know what I mean? That's pretty easy. Probably shouldn't get so excited, but sometimes I can't help it. I'm kind of an excitable guy. Most of the time pretty chill. Sometimes I'm not. We go 220 next. We'll keep working, baby. It's a good day. Let's get it. All right, baby. All right. We have 4 plates on 220 kilos. We're warming up still. As I say every fucking session though, it's the intensity you put into your warm-ups that will dictate how your top set goes. If you come into the fucking gym slow, lethargic, you know, not giving it everything you have, you will be punished on your top set. That's how it is. You must set the tone and impose your will upon your training session. That's how it goes. And just quickly, last night I put a post up on my YouTube community page, and I said, if you have any deadlift related questions, I'll do my best to answer them for you. During my accessories at the end of the video, if you ask the question, I'll do my best to answer it, but hang around until closer to the end and we'll sit down and go over that, because there was some good questions that would actually help people, so it might pay to hear about it. But right now, 220, but like an empty fucking bar. Let's go. These fucking lights on. Let's get it. Huh? you know? It is what it is. Wish you'd fucking try harder, dickhead. That's too easy. Let's go. All right, baby, 270 on the bar. This is my planned second last warm-up. Now, with the deadlift devotion, a technical point to really focus on is when you finish that first portion, you get to the top, you really got to get a fucking really good brace and a big breath to get that paused RDL, because the heavier it gets, the stronger that brace needs to be for the second part. And that's the challenge. Getting a big brace whilst holding a heavy load can be tough. So really practice it, you know, in your warm-ups and things like that. You know, watch how I do it. I definitely exaggerate it, but that's how it should be. You should be able to clearly see the breath, the brace, and then, you know, the pauses as well, right? They're with intention. I'm not just floating through this exercise. Every movement is sharp, and that's what we want. Let's go. 270. Warming up. Come on. Let's go. Up. Rush. Let's go. We'll go 305 for the final warm up, and we'll smoke that shit too. Let's go, baby. All right, baby. 305 kilos now is my final warm up. I think it's about 675 pounds thereabouts. But hey, we have to smoke this shit if I want to hit 330 kilos for my fucking top set. We've got to earn it now. This has to be fucking easy, and it will be. Like it ain't shit, because it ain't shit. Come on, baby. Let's get this. Come on. Fucking move it now. Switch it on, baby. Whew. Let's go, let's go. Come on. Easy. Whoop. Whew. Let's go! 330 next, baby. All fucking day. All right, baby. 330 kilos, 727 pounds. Top single, baby. Deadlift devotion. Pause deadlift with a pause RDL. That's some nasty shit. I'm gonna switch on now. We're gonna fucking attack this. Remember, this isn't gonna move like a max. It's gonna move like there's plenty in the fucking tank, because there is. Let's go! Come on! Come on! Ah! Attack it now. Let's get this, baby! Woo! Come on, boy! Let's go now! Hey, hey! All day. It's not even fucking hard. God damn it. It's too fucking easy. Not really though. It's as easy as it should be. We'll take a minute, then we're gonna do the real work. Let's go, baby. All right, baby, so fucking top set moved like an absolute joke. 330 kilos, 727 pounds, just as it should be, baby. Nice and fucking easy. Very happy with that. My grip is holding up nicely. It's a very challenging movement on the grip. You know, I have a greater grip capacity than 330 kilos for sure. But when you do a pause rep, get to the top, you don't get to reset your grip. But then obviously the tough part about that exercise for me in terms of where does it challenge your grip the most, it's on that paused RDL, that return back down with the pause. You know, when you're obviously fighting gravity and going back down now, we have to pause and hold and then accelerate back through the movement again without getting that chance to, you know, solidify our grip again. So we have to make sure it's spot on from the beginning. So, hey, excellent opportunity to work on your grip. Now, I also said I would answer a few deadlift related questions for you. So I'm gonna start doing that now. I'll hit one quick question in between each set. We've got those deficit snatch grip deadlifts, 3 sets of 4. Obviously I can opt out of the 4th set because I did my deadlift devotion first, if you've been following along with this program. First question, Mena7927, he asks, foolishly, why does deadlifting feel better than sex, my man? My friend, I'm gonna have to question who you're having sex with if that feels better, if deadlifting feels better than having sex. Because I'm telling you right now, that is absolutely false. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, and maybe check yourself into a clinic and get checked, because if those wildebeests that you've been laying with, you know, if they haven't been looking after themselves, you could be in for a world of trouble. So, my friend, step up your game. Deadlifting does not feel good at all. It's therapeutic, but it doesn't feel good in that sense. It's not pleasurable. You know what I fucking mean, guys. Come on now. Give me some real questions. We do have some real questions. Let's go. 4 reps. Easy peasy. We'll probably hit that again for another 2 sets because that is challenging enough. It's a tough movement. 270 set to 4 after a top set is more than okay with me. We'll take a minute, we'll get another question. All right, baby, second question before the next set. Just quickly, 1984 is here, who is a member on my channel. Thank you, sir, for the support. What would you say is the single most important aspect of conducting a deadlift without a lower back injury? Well, look, man, what we can do to mitigate and minimize the risk of injury with a deadlift is to, of course, make sure we're lifting with excellent technique, okay? Secondly, make sure the load that we're choosing to lift is appropriate, meaning that we can maintain good technique throughout the duration of the session and the repetitions that you do. Third thing I'll say, however, is if you're inclined to really want to push your deadlift and achieve a massive deadlift, look, chances are at some point you're going to deal with some back pain or an injury or something. It doesn't matter what sport you do, you can mitigate the risks and minimize the risks all you want, but eventually we're going to do something that's going to hurt. That is just the bittersweet case of, you know, having a passion and a desire and drive for something. We have to take risks to achieve that. But the best thing you can do, if I was being honest with you, is obviously lift with good technique, follow a smart plan, smart program, and ideally hire a coach who can work with you individually to make sure you're lifting with the correct technique. Now, if you need a hand with coaching, anything like that, obviously I have programs on my website, but I do offer online personal coaching. Just send me an email at thecultstrength@gmail.com. I get confused, I have so many email addresses, goodness me. But right now, second set, we've got 2 more sets to go. We're gonna get it done, baby. And one more thing that'll help you with your lower back is be sure to move through a full range of motion and an extended range of motion under load, AKA, you know, deficit deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, RDLs, etc. Take your back through flexion and extension under load. That is a great way to help make it resilient. Remember, a strong back is one that is built, you know, through lifting weights. We don't have a healthy back if it's not strong, so we need to develop that strength. Let's go! I hate these! Come on now! Let's go. Whoo. One more set, baby. God damn. All right, gang, another question here, okay? So, the Josh Bartlett, this is a long question, so I'm gonna summarize it to I guess what he wants to find out. So, he's essentially asking, is there a difference between, you know, deadlifting with calibrated plates like what I'm using now, or what he called cast iron pound plates, which are like this black kilogram plates that I use in the gym as well. Just kilo, pound, that's the only difference. The difference with the plates is the kilo or pound plates are thicker, so they take up more room on the barbell. So if we're thinking about this, this is 270 kilos with calibrated plates. If this was kilo plates, it'd be out here somewhere. So I guess the point being is you'd get more whip with the barbell, meaning more leverage out of your starting position. Now he's also asking, what's the difference between a stiff bar and a deadlift bar, and, you know, utilizing stiff bar in training and then going back to a deadlift bar, etc. And then he's also asking about the different brands. I'm just gonna make it pretty simple, right? You stated in your video that you did stiff bar training with pound plates and then went back to a deadlift bar with calibrated plates, and it felt like shit. You felt like you were getting better at doing the stiff bar deadlifts. That's exactly how it is. You get better at what you do. If you've never used a deadlift bar in your life and you jump on one, it's gonna feel like shit. If all you do is use a deadlift bar and you get on the stiff bar, it's gonna feel like shit. It's the same amount of weight. The difference is this much whip. If you're not used to the whip, that's gonna hurt you. If you're used to it, it can be an advantage, vice versa on the stiff bar. But if you're trying to use a stiff bar to avoid, you know, to utilize that in your training because you want to minimize the whip on the bar, it would make no sense to use pound plates as well, because you're trying to maximize the whip on a stiff bar, which is impractical anyway. But all I will say is, don't fucking overcomplicate it, man. All I use is a deadlift bar. If I wanted to get fancy, I could use a stiff bar here and a squat bar here to do my deadlifts with, but I want to get better at fucking deadlifting with a deadlift bar. This is what we use in competition. So spend your time with a deadlift bar. You know, if you want to change between fucking calibrated plates and pound plates, that's up to you. I do it for fun sometimes, just because I like the look of them better. But there's no real purpose in that for my training. Calibrated plates is always a better option. One more set. Let's go. And that's not like having a dig or anything at all, bro. Just so you know, like, this is very common. People overthink things and they focus on the 1%ers. The 99%ers is where you make your gains, your technique, your programming, your execution. Okay, the 1%ers, man, if everything else is fucking perfect and you got nowhere to go, then hey, we experiment with those little fine little things. But apart from that, man, just get strong, just get better technique. You're gonna be fucking all good, man. Last set, 4 reps, we're gonna push for this one. Rest periods are short as well. Working on that capacity for work. Let's go. Come on. Easy. Well, easy-ish. I still have 3 more sets of Romanian deadlifts. We'll answer one more question in a moment. I'm gonna bang some heavy hitters over that and we'll just get through the work and we'll chat at the end. It's been a good session though. You know, make sure you like this video, drop a comment and subscribe. Thank you. All right, baby, now we're gonna finish with our 3 sets of RDLs. We have 8 reps, so 3 sets, 8 reps, 200 kilos today, 20 kilos up from last week. I'll answer 2 more questions really quickly right now. And then, as I said, we're gonna put some music over these RDLs and we'll wrap it up at the end. But it's been a really fucking awesome session. Appreciate you guys being here, as I said already. If you're watching right now, please make sure you subscribe to my page. That is truly what helps my channel grow and lets others see these videos. And if you're still watching and you haven't, please like this video and drop a comment. Anything fucking helps and it truly means a lot. But let's get these last 2 questions done. Tommy Gifford, you cheeky bugger. Do you ever use bands and chains other than with the mums? Sir, I don't use bands and chains in the gym and I don't use them with the mums either, because they do exactly what I say. I don't need to force them, you know what I mean? They just want it. It is what it is. Sorry to break it to you, sir. But when it comes to training, hey, bands and chains, no, for me personally, no. If you're doing equipped lifting, it makes sense, yes. If you're doing raw power lifting, there are better ways to do things. I'm not saying that it won't work in any capacity. What I'm saying is that if you had to pick and choose what you're doing in the gym, that wouldn't be anywhere near the top for me. I could prioritize other things and get better results. That is my opinion. That is what I've experienced. That is what I teach. One more question before I start doing these sets is, Honeybrew5063 asks, are high rep deadlifts, 10 reps plus, good for building work capacity in the posterior chain? Or would it make sense to go, heavier weights with less reps? I wouldn't typically program deadlifts for more than 10 reps purely because it's a movement that requires a lot of focus, a lot of skill, and obviously you need to remain strict with your technique in a sense to avoid injury. When we start doing too many repetitions, we can get a little bit sloppy, therefore our risk of injury becomes a little higher. So I would definitely say limit the amount of time you're doing 10 reps plus. I'm not saying there's no place for it, but what I'm saying is if you want work capacity, there are better ways to do that, being with your accessory movements or lower risk movements that don't involve a barbell per se. But yeah, I'm not saying there's no place. You can definitely get some great work capacity out of doing that, but it's something that I wouldn't do very often, and if I am, the load has to be very light. But that's the questions for today. There were quite a few, and we can do this more often, so keep an eye out for my posts. If you have questions about my actual sessions I'm going to be training, I'll do my best to answer them, because as I say, I want to help. But we've got 200 kilos now, 3x8 RDLs. Let's go. And there are all the deadlifts done. A fantastic day. I'm very happy with how things moved. Everything is moving with kilos in the tank, just like it should be, right? We're not going overboard, we're not overreaching. It's just putting in that work, the honest work, week in, week out, and it's gonna pay off. You wanna hit 420 kilo deadlift, so I'm looking forward to that. Keep in mind, my squat program is coming out very soon, the Squat Slayer 16-week squat building program, and I also have my Deadlift Destroyer and my bench press behemoth programs for sale on my site right now, cultstrength.square.site. If you want 10% off any of the merch, any of the programs, any of the equipment, sign up to the membership tier here on YouTube and you'll get 10% off everything, which is pretty cool. But until next time, you know what to do. Like this video, drop a comment, subscribe, and go to the fucking gym because you have work to do. Let's get it.